If you found this message, there's definitely something here for you. It is a message that was synchronistic in a way that it incorporates Lazarus. And Lazarus was the only man in the Bible that had died for 4 days, even had a stench, and was said by Jesus that he would rise, and he did indeed rise. And he was also an example. He was also the brother of Martha and Mary, and also was very close to Jesus, and they grew up together. Um, and so the fact that this wonderful reading would actually just reach you in a time where you believe that there was a situation that was completely dead, and so it had really began to rot. And so you are reaching this time where you need to hold faith and to be just like Mary and Martha and Jesus, and to play all three roles in the situation that you're going through with yourself. And I hope that you receive this and that your miracle finds its way to you. This session begins as a cleansing, and the cleansing includes sage, Palo Santo wood, and tobacco. The tobacco was actually found in the river, and it was used as part of the cleansing process to begin the rebirth that is beginning, and a new life, just as Lazarus had gone through his own, and now we're beginning something else. Another part of our life. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode here. This will be for this week here in June, our very first week of June here. And also, whenever you get this message, it'll definitely be appropriate for you, just because the wonderful oracles are timeless. They are part of your journey that you're on and that I'm on. And so those wonderful frequencies, they pass through. I'm at the park. I'm enjoying this. Okay, so our first card, oracle card of the day, is the Vulvar of Cedar, and it says, your inner spiritual power can heal circumstances in your life and our world in ways greater than you realize. Journey within to gain clarity and consciousness. Redirection of your inner energies toward what you wish to manifest. Do not try to control what's happening. Instead, work to bring positive influence to bear so that you may contribute constructively towards shaping the outcome for the greatest good. Your inner spiritual power can heal circumstances in your life and our world in ways greater than you realize. You just have to honor what your spirit is saying about a certain situation in your life, and that would be the way through that. And so we'll move on to the archangels here, and it's been a time, so it's actually the Achea Clarity. Rest, reflect, and recharge. And it says, by reclaiming peace within your mind, you reclaim peace within life. Prioritize rest. So true. Like, you really should just try to make peace with everything, not because of the fact that it's passive or that you're giving up. It's the strength to allow what has to happen and to be objective about who you are. I know it's hard to pull back sometimes, but I swear to you, once you actually decide that is the right thing to do, believe it or not, like you really allow the flow of life to like happen once more. Because whenever we're in a place where we're not allowing, it kind of like starts to create a restriction in your life, you know. Another thing to always remember, like, it's not always the end of the world for situations in life, you know. If the person's not dead, you know, there's no reason to believe that that there could be resolutions to things. All right, great. And I love this Isis because it always says something amazing. Temple of the Black Obsidian. Beloved initiate, the most challenging task is not to confront an external enemy, but to take courage in both hands and journey within to meet our own dark self and to begin the healing task of bringing love, acceptance, and light to the heart, to it. That it is sacred purpose of any enemy, within or without, to bring us more deeply into our own being as we seek to find and heal the darkness within. You know, a lot of times when it comes to like projection and reflection, we have a wound and other people strike at it knowingly or unknowingly. But if we really took the time to like go inside ourselves, we can really start to like neutralize some of the you know, the uncomfortable feelings that things might give us or a situation might do it. And the most challenging task is not to confront an external enemy, but to courage in both hands. Look within yourself and change something. The Temple of Black Obsidian is ruthlessly on. Okay, so we're on to our first card, and it's intuition. So like I said before in this whole thing about going inside, this whole thing about dare not come against someone that's, don't confront your enemy, confront yourself. And this one right here, it's wonderful. We're getting inside ourselves. See? The Two of Swords, more mental stuff. This is a very psychological reading, by the way. The Tower came out for us, and that's created by a great person who died this year that I just recently found out. I had a camera issue, and so it took a lot of the reading off, and so I had to summarize this when I figured out that it was recorded. Just in case that didn't come out, here is the summarization. So we started off with the intuition here, and in the intuition we look back to find out that there's a conflict here, and this conflict took us to a little bit of a heartbreak. But as we can see, it had at this full moon here, things had come to a came to a place to where emotional wisdom kicked in, and so the fight was long, and it actually really blew up into something. But by this full moon or so, there's another revelation that pops out of here, and it really has to do with the fact that some small, I guess, gesture after this long big fight here renews the situation with a renewal of understanding here. But in the heart of the reading, we actually have a Nine of Wands, so you know that it's been a really long time of holding on, and so you have the tenacity to use the intuition at this point in time to navigate this last bit of this wand here. But at the end of the story here is a Ten of Cups. At the top of it is a Five of Cups, and there's a complete flip with this revelation that happens here. And we also see that's true because there is a Four of Wands over here. There's a celebration after a very long time. And what's really funny when you come down here to the last three cards here, which has to do with this heartbreak over here, it's in the line also, is that it's full moon and this Nine of Wands of really a long time, that the person here, normal Three of Swords would actually be someone who has, has to read some of the things that's happened and some of the words and everything like that with the sword sticking through them. But this time their mind is opening to understanding like what's going on, processing just exactly what really they were. And that's great because justice was given. And the justice was one of the reasons why this Ten of Cups could come about and go from 5 to 5. Because of that. And what ends over here? Two of Cups. The agreement to have a better understanding. So this could be manifesting in so many ways. It could be manifesting that how after a really long time of using your intuition to go over and mull over a situation in your life, that you probably have come to that conclusion, and it's showing you full moons are about conclusion. So in this row there are two full moons. There's a full moon over here and there's a full moon over here. So you know that the only thing to happen after a full moon, there's a 10 over here and a spring brand new beginning over here, an old man and a young little clown, and then we end the story over here with the Lovers. And the Lovers is in line with the Justice, with two other people who look like they're in love. And over here the understanding of two people who are celebrating under a two conflict. What else we have here? Beauty and the Beast, conquering and to navigate in the balance between power and desire, and Four of Wands here, that can only happen after